up to API routes in your React app everyone designed. So up to creating an app and setting up API and interactions, have you tested? Post method is inserting data, you need to test. Now today we will build the UI. We will start building the UI, user interface. For building UI, so we need components. First, so we will learn UI components for to-do app. UI components for to-do application. What are the UI components we need for to-do application? Actually, so what are the components required for to-do application? We'll see that. First, we know the basic flow, how the process works. I will show you. So what we will do is we can maintain a separate route object and we can use the route object. So yesterday's application, this is our yesterday application that we designed, React to-do. So in this, you know that every project by default is by default having app. So in SRC, you see app.css, app.jsx, index.css, all these are present. First, what we will do, we will clean up everything, right? So in your project, what you have to do first, clean up the code from these three files, app.css and index.css and app.jsx. In app.jsx, just keep empty function. You just keep the empty function in that. Because every project have inbuilt some styles, we will clean up everything. So the code index.css, app.css, and in app.jsx, the function is empty. Yeah? We just clean up everything and we will just keep an empty function. Just an empty division inside app. That's it. Rest of everything clean up. One more you have to do. So we need to go to we need to configure routing. Basically, we need to design the routing. Go to SRC and add a routes folder. Add a routes folder with routes.jsx. With routes.jsx. So in SRC, you need to do this. So in SRC folder, we will add a separate folder called routes. In that routes.jsx. By default, which one will start? App. We will make that as startup. So in route.jsx, what is the initial code? Later, lot of changes will happen. We will add so many things. Initial code, how to define constant router is equal to create browser router. It is an array. In that array, first route path is slash on slash which element should come. It should get app element should come. This is the initial route you need to define. You need to configure this initial route. Later, lot of changes will happen. Lot of modifications we will do. So export default router. We need to export default router. So we need to do this. Now, first I will show you, then I will give you time, you do it. You need to do that. Okay, first I will show one level, I will show, then I will give you time, you should do that, right? You try same. Means I will show this code and everything. First, after writing this, where to go? We need to go to our main.jsx. In main.jsx, we need to import. Which one we need to import? Route provider. We have to import. Route provider will use a router. Router will use which one? Router will use which one? The router coming from routes. It will use the router coming from routes. That's what we have to do. That means our application will start with which one? App. Our application by default have an app component. It will start with that app component. So I will copy that code roughly here. Routes.jsx code. And after that, in main, we have to import this. I will roughly copy this one. So you need to next third go to main.jsx. And in main, we need some more. What are those? We need to enable Bootstrap also. So import node modules, Bootstrap icons, font icons.css. Oh, icons.css. Another import It is node modules, bootstrap, dist, css, bootstrap.css. Dist, CS, yeah. Bootstrap.css. One more, import node modules, bootstrap, dist, JS, bootstrap bundle JS. These files also we need to link. These files we need to link. I will keep those files here. All those files we need to link in the main. And I will start and I will check this. npm run API first. After that, npm run dev. So it will start and it will start with app. By default, actually, app is empty. Yeah? That means by default, app is empty. So you can see here app that is there, right? So up to this, first we need to set up. We need to set up everything. So what we will do, do this everyone. I will give the process. First, do these things and confirm that your app started. Once do all this. Everyone do these first and confirm once it is done. Clean up the code from these files first. Done, everyone? App.css, delete all the CSS code. Index.css, delete all it the code. App.jsx, delete everything inside the function. Keep app.jsx like this. Keep app.jsx empty like this. Keep empty like this. Only empty div. Rest of everything you clean up. Just keep empty div. In app, it should return an empty div. Rest everything you clean up. After that, you add a new folder routes in src. In that routes.jsx and write this logic. Do up to this. Up to this you do. And for that, first you need to import browser router and all. For importing browser router, first you have to install React Router DOM. Yesterday you installed, and in main you have to do this. In main also do this. In main .jsx you need to set up all this. And delete empty, leave it empty, nothing required. App.css, index.css, delete everything and leave them empty. Later, if we need, we can add some styles. in main. That is what you need in main. Route provider, router, this. Hmm. Hmm. Routes in that router.jsx. Cleanup means deleted. Huh? Hmm. फाइल नहीं मिल रही मतलब this is not React project. You added manually. हाँ, नहीं completely create नहीं हुआ ना. This is working fine. Huh? This is not the file. You may selected a different project. You should select JavaScript language. Huh? 1 second. Done. Huh? You might have selected JavaScript with compiler while creating app. Huh? That's the problem. Huh? It is not JS, it is JSX na. Hmm. This is wrong file. Huh? You are creating another project. Huh? Do it then. Let it done. Huh? Up to this, everyone finish. Okay. Next, once you're done up to this, now we need to set up the UI. We need to design the UI. Actual, what is the flow? When app opens, app have some screen, right? I will show you. We will try to create like this. So stitch. Okay. We will try to design this part. We will try to create this part. Okay. This is the part we will try to create. This is how we need to design. This is initial screen. Huh? That is the initial screen. Initial screen have a header. Header have some logo and some task flow something. And see here, two tabs are there. One login tab, another one is register tab. Left side is this is section area. Right side, this is there. Okay. Now remember, separately they can come to login screen and separately they can come to register screen. And register login both are present in home also. That means the login design, register design, we will create as separate components. So why? Because after I sign out, I can come back only to login and I can just use that login. Similarly, sign out option also. So in app, what is the design we should have? In app, we should have this header. Means in app.jsx, we have this header and we should have this left area, right area also. It is a tab based design. In that, two child components should come. In one tab, login component, in another tab, register component. Two components should come. So for this screen, how many more components we need? Already app component is there. Two more components we need. One is login, another register. So two more components. I will design. You see it. I will share the code. You later design. Right? So because CSS and all lot of work we need to do, I will design and I will show it. Okay, let's see. This is the plan we need to create. Let's go. In the app, I will put class container fluid. In the app, we have a header. Okay. In the header, how many divisions? 3. In the division class BI task is there. some check. So which icon is best? BI. I will check once. Icons get bootstrap. Task related, check related. Huh. This looks better, huh? Because they in the design also it is similar. Huh? What is it? Check to square. Some option is there. Check to square. And I will give the word as task manager. That is task manager in one column. We are having it. That's like task manager is one division. Okay. After that, navigation, product features, pricing, enterprise. Another div, we have a nav, span, product, features. So span, enterprise. What else? Pricing. Something. We have this design. Okay. Right side, login, get started. Another div. So, and another button, class BTN primary, get started. Okay. So this is our content we are having. So this is our design. Now in the design, I'll just make it better. BG light. So padding is 3. Flex row. Flex row. Justify content between. We have this at the header. We are having a simple one. And this is class FS is 3, font weight bold. Larger, align item center. That will be fine. Font size 4, little small 5. That's okay. And here we have class MX2, 3 or 4, MX3. Some gap I will give here. That will be fine. This also MX2, some gap. Login and get started. This is fine. Header is ready. Now in the body, we need to design. Okay, let's go. We will create a section area. Class margin top 5. Some down will come. And this will have row. In this, we have a div. Class call. This is one column. This is another column. 2 equal columns. Left side, I think what is present in the some, I'll just keep roughly some content. So we have a div. Stay organized like this. And this is another one. Okay, just basic I will give. Rest of other things you try. Means this is 1, font weight bold. This is fine. And W50. or 75. That's fine. MS5, little okay. PS5, the more I'm adding, the same MS5 and PS5. Some gap, margin top 5, some down. Here also margin top 4, some down. This is W75. Okay. Text justify. Uh, Text justify. Okay. That's fine. This is okay. Normal is fine. Okay, this is the content we are having. I think what else they have? Achieve more. Text primary. Okay, so that is the basic design we given. We can add more font style or effects, but I will keep it simple. This one, rest of part you create according to your plan design. This is all. Okay, right side now comes important. So right side, I need a div, and this is class MS5. So padding start 5. Okay, margin top also 5. In this, we want to create a tab based design. Then you have a UL, unordered list item. Okay, class as nav and nav tabs. So this is, so we have a class, and this class is nav item. Nav item. In this, we will have a link. We'll have a link that is actually nav link. That's a link. Later, we will use class as nav link. And this is having the text login. The text login is that. Actually, it's not a link. Initially, I will keep it as anchor because it is bootstrap. So you need another one. This is register. Register. We have two options. This will come like this. This is login and register tabs are present, right? I will keep this as W75. Some width limited is fine. And I will make this as BG light. Okay, that's fine. Padding and also 4 or 5. I will give some. Okay, this is fine. Rounded, some 2, some curved will come. And what is the point in this login? We have a login and register. In this now, we have div. This is called as tab content. We have a tab content. In the tab content, we are having another div. This is class as, this is tab pen, and its ID is login. Login is the ID. And we have another pan. In this pan, another ID is what? Register. We have ID, register. We have two options here. Tap pan, login, and register. We are having two options. Okay. Now what should happen is, in one, this pan, we will make active, and this tab nav item or nav link also active. Active means it will show like a tab. it will put like a tab. So I will remove this BG light. It will put like a tab. That's better. Now here login component should come, and inside this register component should come. That means we need two components now. So what are those? So you need to add two more. Next, go to components, go to SRC and add components folder. After that, add the component files. One is login.jsx, register.jsx. We have login and register.jsx. Lot of modifications required. So no hurry. First you see, later you can design, right? So first, let's go to the login. I will go and add in SRC. I'm adding a new folder, components. Okay. In the components folder, I'm adding the file directly. One is login.what JSX, export function login, and return a screen I will design. We need another one, another component, register.jsx. So this is register.jsx. We have login, register. Let's go to the login here. We need to create a form. In that form, we need, so one option is user ID, input type is text, class, so class form control. Another is password. So input type is text, password, and the class name is form control. We have a button, so login. So class BTN primary. Okay. I will just add this point, and this same screen I will copy for register. In register, user ID, password, and actually we have username, user ID, username, password. One more we need is email, according to our data, email, input type email. I'm using this, and this will say register. It will get me the register. Now go to app. In app, in one tab, it should display which component login. In another tab, it should display which component register. We have to display login in one tab and register in one tab. You can see the login is ready. The login is ready. We will make some changes into login form. Go to login form. So class padding 4, that looks better. W75, that looks better. This is the login option. And what is the concept? Size your wish. This is W100. It will be in this way. This is login. And when I click on register, the register should open. So for that, we need some app.jsx. Where is the link? Yeah, this link href is hash login. and data BS toggle. It should toggle tab, data BS toggle tab. Similarly, this link href is hash, what is it? Register. That is the ID of the tab, and data BS toggle, and it should toggle tab. That means what happens now? I click register, register will come. Register also same. We will go to register. In the form, class padding is 4W75. That's fine. Then it will be in this way. You can see login will be login, register will be register. We have two options here. In the same tab, we are maintaining both details. Actually, tab display your wish. Actually, nav tabs, instead of nav tabs, we have nav pills. Nav pills. If I use nav pills, they look like buttons. They look like buttons. That depends your requirement, how you want to give. Either tab base or pill base. You can add like this. Okay. Now comes the logic part. So what should happen? So here for register a separate route I need. For login a separate route I need. So we can do anything. Separate route we can handle for them. So for register and login, if you are giving separate route, some issues will come. I will show you here. First, what is logic is after register, when they click register button, this data must be stored in database. After that, it will separately ask login. It should go to the login screen. So what we will do is initially here, when user clicks on login and register like options, we will go to the design. So what should happen? We will go to register and we will write the logic. It should navigate to router. Go to routes. In this, we need to add another route path. One path is /login. Then which element it should get? It should get login. Login element it should get. Another path. Another path is what? Register. And which element it should get? It should get register element. We should get register element. But now comes the problem. Means later it is important. What is the problem if I directly access login? It will get login like this. It is going to display login separately like this. So I need to get this login inside the app. Inside the app, we need to get that login inside the app. Register also should get inside the app. Inside the app. What do you say? These two routes, they should come inside the app. Inside the app, they should render. Then what do you say? Child element. That means here, will you recommend me to write these two as children? Children of which one? App. They are children of app. Then what we have to do? If they are children of app, that means you ask login. When you request this login, where they should display? We need a outlet. Na? We need a outlet. So what do you say? where you will keep the outlet. Children needs a outlet. Where you will keep the outlet. I will go to app.jsx, where you will keep the outlet. Where we keep the outlet. Actually, this entire design that you created, right, means depending on your plan, that entire that you created, what should happen? It should be designed in another component called home. Understood? We need another home, and we need to bring the home and display as default. When user clicks login, login will open here. Register, register will open here. Separately, they should open here. Then how do you manage? Means this entire design must be in another component. What is that component? This entire design should be in another component, because you are planning to render something inside this later. If you are planning to render anything inside this later, you cannot directly design here. You need to create in a separate component and bring from that component. So what do you say? I will do one thing. I will add home.jsx. I will write here export function home, and it will return a simple division. The class is row. In this division, I will keep all that part. Oh, sorry. Let me cut this part. That means in this, I will cut all this part. I don't need a row here. And I will put that inside home. Home design contains all the concept. Home comprises of all the design. Now what should happen? That means you see it is initially empty. So what should happen in the section? Where is that section? In app section? Here I will put outlet. I will put outlet. That means outlet login will come here. But if I don't request anything, by default, which one should come? Home na? Now tell me, what do I add in the routes? In the routes children, if I don't request anything, by default, which one should come? Home should come. Then how do you write inside the children? Inside the children, if there is some default to load automatically, then actually we have index. We have index. Index refers to which component, which element to render. Which element to render? Which element to render? Home element to render. That means this index is going to render that home element and display here. But see, some issue is there here. And it says that index is not defined. Why? Because actually this index is actually the route path. Generally, route path we define like this. If route path is empty, that means user is not requesting any route path. Then what will happen? It will get that empty and display. You can observe here, it is showing error. Now, what is the problem is, general concept is very simple. What is that? By default, this children should load. By default, this children should load. When I request login, login should load. When I request path, path should load. Now, how do we load default? Can I use a slash here? Right? If I use a slash here, you can see that it is not displaying. Why it is not displaying? So it's saying that login is not defined. This is not a problem. Why? That is the problem related to this screen. Which screen? Home. In home, we haven't imported login and register. We have to import them. What we have to import? What is it? Login. Another one we have to import. Import which one? Register. We have to import these two. And you can see I imported them. Now you can see default it comes like this. That means by default you see routes. It is having which one? Route path is slash. This is child. But actually in latest versions they introduced one option. What is it? Index. But for this we need to learn some more points. Index indicates that. So you observe here, right click and go to definition. You can see index is a boolean. That means it is a true or false. And you can see children is undefined. That means if it finds that child is undefined, that means child is not defined, that by default which one to load, it will decide. That means by default which one to load, it is going to decide. But for that we need child routes more to design. As of now, later I will explain, because in route object some more concepts are there. As of now, what you do, you just add one logic. What is that? Here in child routes, if the route path is what? Slash, then which component it should render? Home. That means it is going to render the home and display. And see, when I request here login, the login will come inside it. When I request register, the register will come inside it. But here comes the key point. Their size is different. Na? Why? Because we given a fixed size for them. Now when I show individually, their size must be different. When I use inside other component, it should be different. Then what to do? We have to create them as controlled components so that we can control their properties. That means what we should do is simple. Go to login and here you use a props. You use the props. And what you do, so here the size, what we will do, we will put a binding expression. In that, here by default it is having padding 4, P4, and we will use props dot width. We will use props dot width. Okay. The same logic we will implement inside this register also. It uses what? Props. Here also it uses props dot width. Now observe, in the routes, wherever you are accessing separately login, it is expecting width. Na? We need to pass the width. W25 is the width, and here width is equal to W25. W25. We are passing the width W25. That means now you can see it looks like this. It looks like this. Now one more option is there. When I click this task manager, it should go to my main screen. Then what to do? I have to make this. I have to make this clickable. I have to make this clickable. How to make it clickable? By using what? Link. And what is the link to? It should link to slash. I'm using link to slash. Now observe what happens when I click here. It will get back to the main. I will use one more here. Where is that link? Yeah, class text decoration. Decoration as what? None. That will be normal. That means I can go to separate login register. That situation we will see how to handle. First thing, go to register and here enter all the details and click register. After register successful, it should take us to login. From login, we should able to login. Okay, let's implement this first. So in this, only few points I will implement. Rest you do. Means writing the data, collecting, inserting, I will do. Validations and all you try. You already learned forms concept and all. You do that. Already I showed you how to verify validations and all. First thing, how to implement this first logic we will see. What to do now? We need to go to register. Yeah. In this register, we need to collect the data and store in the database. So what we have to do, we need a, so here, yeah, we need a constant formic is equal to use formic. Formic initial values. What are the values required? In your database, what you are expecting? User ID, it is empty. User name, that's empty. So password, that's empty. Email, that is also empty. Okay, next validation you do on submit. On submit, collect user details and save in the server database. So we need an Axios post method. We learned Axios get method for fetching, post for submitting. Okay, where to submit? http://1270001/:3000/ users. That is the post method yesterday we tested. Now into that, it is expecting what data to post. Data is user. That's it. That means it is going to post. After that, dot then we will write a, here then uses a callback function. And what we will do in this callback function, we will put an alert saying that registered successfully. After registered successfully, it should navigate. It should navigate to which one? Login. It should navigate to login. How to dynamically navigate? Constant let navigate is equal to use navigate. And here after this we will navigate. We will use navigate method. Okay, where to navigate? It should navigate to which path? It should navigate to login. Slash login or login. Again, that is problem. Because if you use slash login, it will be an absolute route. Login, it will be an relative route. It will be a relative route. That issue will come. I will show you. Initially, this is fine. That means you see now here, I'm accessing slash login. That means it is coming. That means it should go as an which route? Absolute route. It should go as an absolute route. That means we have to use what? Slash login. Otherwise, it will add to the current route. We will add as an absolute route. How you defined in your route? The same way. Okay. This is not done. So much work is there. Form on submit. What we do? On submit. Formic dot handle submit. Okay. Here name. This is user ID. And on change. Formic dot handle change. You know what else we have to do, right? The same I will copy. You know that every field needs a name and on change. Here also name. Name is what? Password. And here also name. Name is what? Email. Email. And button type. The button type as what? Submit. Submit is the button. Okay. Now let's check this and see how it works. I will go to dbJSON. In this, already users data is there. I will delete. I will keep it empty. Appointments data also, I will keep it empty. These are empty details we are having. Okay, let's go and here click on register and we enter the details. Suppose I given some David underscore NIT, that is user ID, username, password, David11, email, David, some @outlook.com something. I click on register. When I click on register, registered successfully and it is navigating. But one after another, it should happen. Why it is immediately navigating? You see in the database, it is done. That means the data is posted into our database. So everything is working fine. Only the point is better you just move this code where register. Yeah, this navigate code also you move after the alert, that will be better. Otherwise it is working before the alert, right? It is because outside na, on submit immediately it is working, but on submit after posting it should work. Then better to keep the navigate after alert. That is better option, right? Now the register option is ready. And after register, we come to where login. Here in login, what we can do, in the login, we can define some option like this. What we can do, suppose I will give in the login. Here, we will keep an so simple link. What is the link? So new user, right? Register. We will put a message. So this should link to. So this should link to which one slash what? Register. That means new user register. Better put this also inside form. Yeah, inside the form you put that class margin top 2 or 3, then you can see it is fine. New user, it will get to register. And you have in register, we will add similar thing. In register, what we will do in the form, we will add similar thing. And we will say that have account login. We will put such option. It should take us to which screen? It should take us to login. And oh, link is not defined. Acha, we haven't imported the link. Here we need which one? Link. That's fine. Have account, then login. New user, register. Now see, all are not so easy. Hundreds of cases will be there. Now when I go to task manager, you see here also the same thing will come. Of course, if you want, you can hide here and display only there. How we learned conditional rendering, right? If width is defined, then render. Otherwise not render. We can handle that. This is register and this is login. Now we implemented register, but it's still not done. Suppose I'm entering another person. This is last person. I'm entering some John, another, or I'm registering again John NIT. Then it should show me a warning saying that user already exists. User ID is taken. Try another. How? If I don't ask all these now, you people will ask me, sir, if same user is there, what will happen, sir? What will happen? You have to write logic, man. For every question, answer is logic. Right? You people will come with a lot of doubts tomorrow saying that, sir, I am doing like this, but it is working like that. It will work. Have you written anything for that? No. Then it will work in a different way. You have to write logic for everything. That means already if user is present by that name, it should not allow. It should show a message that username taken, try another. What is the logic? Tell me what we can do. In JavaScript like concepts, you might have learned such logics. Here, while typing, that means for every change, for every key up, we can verify. We can verify. How to verify? First, what we have to do, let's go to register. Now we need to collect all the users data. So actually, because we haven't created the API, collecting all users data is risky. In server side, we design API in such a way that we pass the user ID, only that user detail will come, not all details. But as of now, constant, we are expecting users, set users. Use state, what is the array of objects, every object have an user ID. It is empty, you have an username, that's also empty. We have password, and we have another, what is it, email. This is the data we are expecting. Now what we have to do is, we will have a function load users. What this function have to do, so we have to verify user, right? Not load all users. Now we can verify the user. What we will do, we will write a function verify user. Okay, what this have to do is Axios dot get. How to get all users? HTTP colon double slash 127.0.0.1 colon 3000 slash, what is it, users dot. Then if it is successful, then what should happen? Response. And what we will do is, we will collect one user, we will collect one item, we will collect one record, we will collect one record. So what is that record? Response dot data. Response dot data that contains all users. So we will apply a filter, or which command we can use? Find. Now find will get the first occurrence, right? Find will get the first occurrence. Find whom, where user dot user implies user dot user underscore id is matching with what? Is matching with this. I will do at the time of typing. That means I will use e, and here I will use e dot target dot value. That means if it is matching, get that details and show there, right? That means when user is typing the name, get that record and display the value here. Now what is the condition here? That means we will find that record and we will get that record. Next step, what to do? If it is defined means if it exists, then what we have to do? That means, remember, it will return undefined if record is not there. It returns defined if record is present. That means what we will do, if record, what does it means? If it is present, then we will do one thing. We will use here constant msg, set msg is equal to use state. There are so many ways I am using, one by one, level by level, different. What we will do, set message as user name, user id taken, and I will put try another. This is the concept. Otherwise, else what we should do, set message, we will put user id, what is it, available. That's the message we will give. Now very important is, this should work when they are changing this text inside the text box. That means we have to use on key up. Understood? On key up, verify user. On key up, verify user. That function will fire up and the message should come below. Here it should display the message. But see here, I am typing the user ID. I am using user ID. User ID is available. When I say David still available, David underscore NIT, it is taken. That is try another. Every character it will verify because you are writing the event key up and we want to change the colors. You know what to do, right? You know what to do. What to do here? What I don't need these users anymore because what I am doing directly verifying. We can do one thing. First collect the users, load in one place. After that verify. But I am directly verifying on key up. So I don't need all these users information. So what is the next step? I will just put some, what is it? Constant error class. Set error class. Okay, is equal to what? Use state, it is empty. If it is this, set error class as text danger. Otherwise, set error class as what? Text success. That's the message. And here we will keep the option error class. Sorry, class name is dynamically coming from error class. Now it looks okay. I'm entering here. So David user ID available, David underscore NIT, it is taken. Try. All validations and everything we have to write, right? So username required, username is taken, all these things requires logic. So you try validation also, but we have just designed register. After registering, what is the second step? He will verify user ID and password. When I click login, it should check with the database, is it matching? If it is matching, then his dashboard should open. And user dashboard should contain all his appointments and adding appointment, editing appointment, deleting appointment. We will create a proper dashboard. How the dashboard looks like? So that means we will create a user dashboard also. In this, this is the application. Yeah. Actually, there is a dashboard design also. Create a to-do dashboard. I will show later design. I will show, right? What that dashboard will do in the dashboard, it will show who logged in and what is his appointments. And we must able to add appointment, edit appointment, delete appointment, filter, sort appointments. We need to implement all the functionality. So that we'll see next session. Tomorrow we will implement that concept. So in tomorrow concept, we will learn how to implement login, dashboard, and in dashboard how to display the appointments of that user, adding appointment, editing and deleting. All these we should able to implement. Up to this, I will share a Git link related to this. You will get all the code what I designed in a Git link. To do application, separate Git. Previous project, a separate Git is there. This I will share a separate Git link. You have to try. Once you can try that, then we will go with more modifications into this with more concepts of React. We will learn all the hooks of React, how to use them inside this app. Then you will get more clarity, right? Then tomorrow we'll continue. Okay.